Let's talk about somebody we lost this week. Very influential stand-up comedian, one of the most influential when it comes to some of the greats, the Eddie Murphys of the world, the Richard Pryors. We lost Paul Mooney this week. Were you a big Paul Mooney fan growing up?
Man, I love Paul Mooney, dude. I used to go to the comedy store on Sundays. Paul Mooney always closed the show, and when it was funny, dude, when Paul Mooney, it would be packed because sometimes you see Jay Leno, you see Robin Williams, you see Richard Pryor, you see all these, David Letterman, all these guys did stand up at the comedy store before they blew up. Okay, Paul Mooney was always the closing act, right? And I think they closed. I mean, he would go on maybe like 12 o'clock. Okay. And when he would go on, after about 5 minutes, the crowd would just shift. It'd be all blacks in that joint, Doc. All the white people would leave because he talked shit to him. Okay. I never forget Paul Mooney clowned me one night, man. Like I've always had trust issues, right? I always carry a big ass batch of keys. Okay, everywhere I go, when I had the club, I had all these goddamn keys, right? And I just, in the last few years, I just was able to start separating these keys. Well, I ain't got to carry them all, but this right here is all my keys to the studio, my truck, everything. And back in the day, I would carry all these keys all the time. So Paul Mooney, I'm sitting in the front row at the comedy store, and not only do I have my keys, but I'm in Lonzo mode. I got my jewelry on, I got my Mr. Key starter kit on, got all this coat, I got all this gold on, and a big ass stack of keys, right? I'm sitting in the front row, I'm about 2 feet from Paul Mooney. He says, look at this nigga here. Nigga, what are you? A janitor of a pawn shop?
A janitor of a pawn shop.
You got all these goddamn keys. You don't trust the motherfucking soul, do you? Don't you work at a pawn shop? Nigga, all these goddamn golden keys. You must be the pawn shop. Oh, that nigga clowned the shit out of my ass, man. That shit was hilarious, okay? That shit was fucking hilarious. But yes, that's my Paul Mooney story, man.
Damn.
And I knew his sons, Dwayne and Daryl, the Mooney twins. They never was funny as their dad. You know, he could write some good jokes for everybody else. They just never. They never made me. They're good dudes.
Just hard shoes to fill.
Huh?
That's hard shoes to fill. Even if you're average, you still have to meet up here when you're Paul Mooney's kid.
It never did make me chuckle. But he was a cool dude. I used to be at Hollywood Park all the time. Last time I saw him was at Hollywood Park. And he go out there and gamble and shit, hang out, just do his thing. He drove. I saw him. He was driving a 1974 Eldorado convertible, black. Okay, I like Cadillacs. And when I saw him, I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And hi, what's up? How you doing there? He was, always when you saw him, I didn't really know him. When you saw him, he was always cool. How you doing there? He kept on pushing, no autographs, nigga, no autographs, that kind of cat. But I think one of the funniest things I saw him say on television when he was with Dave Chappelle, he said, he told Wayne Brady that Wayne Brady made somebody look like Malcolm X or some shit.
Yeah, he said makes somebody, makes Wayne Brady look like Malcolm X or something like that. Yeah,
Wayne Brady makes so-and-so look like Malcolm X, okay?
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious. And Wayne Brady came back with some crazy shit, the skit he did when he was pimping and slapping and shooting at folks. Oh, that shit was crazy. But,
such a great show. Damn. Such a great show. Just Chappelle's show.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Dude, that was comedy at its. And that was some of the last time I laughed out loud, dude. I love comedy, man. I love going to comedy stores. I was one of the first cats to bring comedy to the East Side because I would go to the comedy store only on Sunday nights. Okay, I'm working in the club Friday and Saturday. I don't want to be in the hood. I had to go to a comedy store, sit up there, see all the comedians. I've talked to Eddie Murphy. I mean, not Eddie Murphy. I've talked to Richard Pryor. Okay,
Damn.
I've talked to Paul Mooney. I've talked to a lot of cats trying to get them to come to my club. And back then, dude, when comedians got on the roll, it was hazardous to your health. It was literally hazardous to your health because you would spit out food, spit out drinks. You couldn't breathe because these guys would hit you so hard.
Oh, gotcha.
You laughing so hard, you can't get the air, man. You can't breathe. Everything is going out. You know, I never forget. One of the few times I've ever seen an entire room run out to get air, and that's when Sinbad and Robin Harris had like a battle.
Man,
and these two dudes were going at it at the Comedy Act Theater in Leimert Park, and dude, you could have robbed the joint if you wasn't laughing because the bartender was on the floor, the security guards was on the floor, people were literally getting up, running out the building so they could stop hearing this shit so they could breathe again.
Damn.
People on the floor, they were crying because this shit was so damn hilarious, man. It was so hilarious. And I've never been to a comedy show and laughed that hard. I get some good chuckles, but you know, man, them old dudes, dude, they make you hurt yourself. They'll make you hurt yourself. Okay, a good, strong comedian, not somebody that you got some. They should, but he just give you a break to laugh. Okay, Dave Chappelle can do that right now. Cat Williams never, but Cat Williams is good too, but he makes you think more than make you laugh. Okay, he makes you think. That's probably Dave Chappelle's strong point. Is he make you laugh because you thought he would set you up so well, and you knocked it down like damn, and you like I get it. Cat had that same ability, but it's still not to the point where Richard Pryor was back in his day. Mudbone and shit like that. Nobody tells these kind of stories.
Oh man,
nobody tells these kind of stories, and you know, just the stories that just you tell them. They still tell these stories right to this damn day, man. You know, you still tell them to this day, and it still be hilarious.